So we got some pretty interesting news for you guys, including the delay but also eventual release of the new world. No Man's Sky is getting mini pets. Blade and Soul 2 is now a cross-platform MMORPG. SoulWorker is shutting down, and apparently Diablo 2 could have been an MMORPG. Hello everyone, my name is Solomon SK for Coffee and RPGs, where we cover the latest news trends and updates for the RPG gaming genre, including MMOs, JRPGs, online RPGs, and the like. We do have a lot of articles to go over, so if you guys got your cut ready with your beverage of choice, I'm drinking coffee as always. Let's go over these news together. Cheers to you guys.
Consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification right next to it. Thank you.
Alright, so let's go ahead and kick things off with PCGamer.com. And it says in the first article here that Amazon's New World MMO will be out in August, closed beta in July. And it goes on to read that a closed beta test will go underway on July 20th, with a full release happening on August 31st. And this is, again, assuming there's no more delays. New content being added to the game includes the new endgame zone called Ebon Scaled Reach, which is a land that is full of lush wetlands and towering cliffs, and an exiled princess that is apparently putting together her plans for a comeback, as well as 5-player instanced adventures called expeditions and 20 versus 20 battles in the primordial river basin with ancient technologies called Outpost Rush. And it goes on to read that they said we've also added fishing, we've done a full revamp of crafting, and added hundreds and hundreds of new weapons and gear pieces as well. And in their next article, it says that River Raid's coming to Assassin's Creed Valhalla in February 16th update. Now, this is a free update for anyone who owns a copy of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it goes on to say that it will take you to unexplored regions of England, which is full of raiding opportunities with new loot, rewards, and challenges that await the Raven clan. This update also includes new abilities like the arrow-launched Berserker Trap, a battle cry for Evior, and a shoulder bash for pushing enemies and destroying objects. And really quick, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. In their next article, it says that Final Fantasy XIV anime short captures everything I love about the game, and this is a Korean anime, and it just kind of goes over what it, I guess, feels like to play Final Fantasy XIV in all its positivity and whatnot. And so I'll have a link to this down in the pinned comment section below if you want to go ahead and take a closer look. And in their next article, it says that Baldur's Gate 3 update adds druids, and it turns into massive badgers plus optional loaded dice. Now, this update produced a ton of content, and I can't go over every single thing, but the main highlight that I really wanted to let you guys know, that I said earlier before, is the burrowing death badger, as this article puts it. And so yeah, for all you Baldur's Gate 3 fans out there, if you have played this burrowing death badger, let me know down in the comment section below what you like about this new class. And in the next article, it just says that No Man's Sky is getting pets, and it goes on to say that you could already tame most creatures by feeding them and even sit on them and ride them around. When it comes to blast off, again, you have to say goodbye until now. No Man's Sky Companions update will let you adopt your favorite creature and bring it along with you on your adventures around the galaxy. And what's really interesting too is that you could actually have your pets lay eggs, and you could use those with a new item called the egg sequencer, and you'll be able to tinker around the creature's DNA and breed new species. You could even trade these eggs with other players as well if you want. And unlike most mini pets out there for most online RPGs and MMOs, they are not passive, as you could train them for scanning resources, mark out hazards, provide light, hunt dangerous fauna, find settlements, and so on and so forth. And so yeah, I think this is a really cool little update for the game. And in the next article, it says that Magic Legends gear system aims to avoid overbearing loot drops and inventory management. And it goes on to read that Magic Legends equipment will have 4 levels of rarity: common, uncommon, rare, and mythic rare, the same categories that are used in Magic the Gathering on tabletops around the world. Now, every piece of gear will also have a single fixed core mod and 1 or more interchangeable adaptive mods which enable further effects. And instead of lugging around duplicate pieces of equipment to sell at a local merchant, the next time you're in town, dupes can be used to unlock new adaptive mods or to earn item-specific upgrades and material that can boost the stats of a mod. So needless to say, this is probably gonna go the opposite direction of other RPGs, say like Borderlands, where it's all about loot. But just a friendly reminder that this game is going into open beta on March 23rd, so if you haven't signed up yet, do so before it's too late. So let's go ahead and switch gears and head on over to MMOculture.com, and in their first article, it says that Blade and Soul 2 new in-game combat trailer revealed for the upcoming MMORPG sequel. And the main reason why I wanted to showcase this article here is because I learned not too long ago that this is finally going to be a cross-platform MMORPG. It was a mobile-only platform game, but I guess they took some cues from other games, maybe like Genshin Impact, and decided to make it cross-platform. And I'm not gonna lie, that makes me very happy. That makes me really want to play this game now. But the popularity of this game seems to be there because pre-registration numbers already hit over 2 million in a week. And yeah, didn't expect that to happen. And in their next article, it says that SoulWorker, Gameforge shutting down the anime MMORPG with new global server confirmed. And this is kind of confusing, admittedly. So basically, the European publisher Gameforge announced that the closure of the anime PC MMORPG SoulWorker is scheduled for April 30th of 2021. But even though it wasn't officially announced or released for the North American servers, people from North America have been playing this game over in the European servers anyways. And it goes on to read that according to Lion Games, the team is preparing to relaunch the English server of SoulWorker in the near future for a global audience with several new content such as characters, Violet Sun, and the Navi. There is also no scheduled time frame yet, and Lion Games will also be unable to transfer accounts, hence all players must start anew. And so I guess they're just gonna shut down the European servers just to create a global server for everybody. But why not just keep the European server? I don't know. It's a huge mess in my opinion, but there you have it. And let's go ahead and switch gears one more time and head on over to massivelyop.com. And in their first article, it says that Fractured Veil is a new open world survival MMO and it's hunting for stress testers. And it goes on to read that apparently it's been in development for 5 years already and expecting up to another 2 years for early access, though as a closed beta offering is not technically available to the general public yet. Features are expected to include craftable items, hunting and harvesting systems, base building, resource gathering, refining, monuments, first or third person combat with NPCs and other players, co-op play, and a 62-kilometer open world map. And so reading that alone, I would assume that this is being developed by a really small team, maybe a half a dozen people working on this game. I don't know, that's just my assumption, but either way, I think with the popularity of survival RPGs, especially with Valheim just exploding right now, something like this is definitely going to be a trend going up in the future. And in their next article, it says that Final Fantasy XIV opens up another free login campaign through March 31st, and I'm definitely going to take advantage of this because I've been saying for years that I'm going to play this game. I never have, but I think this is definitely a good opportunity to do so right now. But do know that it gives lapsed subscribers 4 free days within the game to explore and play without any charge, and players whose subscription has been inactive for at least 30 days are also eligible to take part. So let's go ahead and switch gears one more time and head on over to MMORPG.com. And this is just a friendly reminder, if you do play Black Desert Online, go ahead and transfer your account from Kakao Games over to Pearl Abyss, because if you don't, your account will get deleted by May 31st. And people are very upset about that, and I can understand why, but I think they don't have a choice with this one. I read somewhere that they have to do this because there are certain privacy laws that won't allow them to have Kakao Games keep the previous accounts waiting just in case for people who never heard of this mandatory transfer up until, you know, whenever. So again, I think there's some laws that, you know, come into play, so it's not entirely their fault, but again, they could have done something a little bit more different, maybe announce it sooner so it gives more time for players to be able to transfer their accounts and whatnot. So again, I kind of understand the both sides of this story, but it just really sucks that if you do play this game and you find out until after the 31st of May and, you know, all your progress is gone like that, yeah, that really sucks. And in their next article, we're talking about a game that doesn't get talked about nearly as much as it should, and it says Atlas receives a new ship called the Majestic Kraken. And this new ship will feature 24 cannons, which provide 50% more damage. It will cost 22,000 gold and 75 dried squid tentacles. It also includes a max level of 60, along with 6 sail points and a patch kit repair resource. And in our next article, it says that Diablo's 2 Unreleased expansion could have been an MMO, according to a former dev. And the developer in question is named David Brevik, and we actually find this out through his Twitters. And essentially, it could have been a mix of action RPG plus an MMO, but not full MMO as we think of when we think of World of Warcraft, for example. If you want to take a closer look at these tweets, again, sorry to sound like a broken record player, but these will be down in the pinned comment section below if you want to take a closer look. And for all you old school JRPG fans out there, let's go ahead and switch gears one last time and head on over to Gematsu.com. And it says that SaGa Frontier Remastered launches on April 15th. And SaGa Frontier Remastered will launch globally for the PlayStation 4, Switch, PC via Steam, iOS, and Android on April 15th for $25 or 4,800 yen. And in their next article, it says that a free-to-play competitive arena combat game, Star Wars Hunters, announced for Switch, iOS, and Android. I'm not exactly sure why just those 3 platforms, but anyways, I just wanted to bring this to your attention if you are a Star Wars fan, but not much is really known about this game. The trailer doesn't really tell us anything other than yeah. And continuing on with all the JRPG fans out there, in their next article it says that Square Enix announces tactical RPG Project Triangle Strategy for the Switch. Again, for the Switch, really? This game looks really cool. It's very charming and I would really like to play it, but I don't have a Nintendo Switch. And it goes on to read that Square Enix has announced tactical RPG Project Triangle Strategy, the latest entry in its HD 2D series for the Switch. It will launch in 2022. Nintendo will publish it in the West, but a demo is available now on the Nintendo eShop if you are curious. And that concludes today's episode of RPG News, Updates, and Commentary. I really do appreciate it if you made it with me so far. If you feel as though I have earned your subscription, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as that would tremendously help out the channel and I would greatly appreciate it. Anyways, everyone, I will finally let you guys go. Hope you guys have a blessed night and I will see you guys next time. Cheers again, everyone.